Village of Armada regular council meeting will now come to order. Will everyone rise for the pledge of allegiance to the flag, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all kindly. Clerk, call roll, please.
Clark?
Here.
Conan?
Here.
Wolock?
Here.
Ballard?
Here.
Slutz?
Here.
Belkey?
Here.
Shaw is absent.
Council's wishes.
I thought you said Michelle was absent.
No, Shaw is
Oh, I
absent.
thought you said Michelle, that's why I said that.
Mike,
Council's
that's
wishes. Approval of the agenda, please.
Mr. President, I'll move the agenda be accepted as presented.
Support. Clark? Moved and supported. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Citizen comments, floor is open up. State your name. 3 minutes. Limit. No one wants to address the council. No presentations tonight. You have your administrative reports, treasurer, commissioner liaison reports. You have your DPW and the F&V report also, showing that our operator Doug is here. Oh, yeah, Mr. Clark.
Yep, I'll turn it over to Doug.
Okay, Mr. President, council members, with the exception of one incident, the month of December was calm, but the one incident was a doozy. On Wednesday, the 21st of December, I acknowledged an alarm that was emanating from the South Gallery, which was the new constructed area. When I went downstairs, we discovered we had approximately 18 inches of water on the floor and no power to the area. We immediately started pumping out the building using submersible pumps, and what we discovered is, because this is a new building and it's new operations, we have a preponderance of groundwater coming back into the sump pit. We had asked for and received redundant sump pumps, but Rao Engineering had never addressed the problem of possible water infiltration coming in from the ground. So, that being said, it not only destroyed 2 sump pumps, it burned up 2 sump pumps, it also destroyed a 15 kilovolt transformer plus a motor control center for one of the units. We immediately put in a new sump pump. We also solicited a bid from our main plumbing contractor. The bid came in fairly low, but the problem that I've discussed with Mr. Clark is the fact that what they are proposing would be a wireless signal calling out to our phone. We got a second quote for an alarm system, which is substantially higher, but this would be run into an auto dialer. It would not be contingent upon, depending upon a Wi-Fi signal to call out. This would be hard lined into it, and Steve and I have been discussing, we're going to keep discussing for a few weeks, but my gut instinct is go with the sure thing, which is a little more expensive, but if we lose power or whatever, more than likely we'll not lose telephones. So, that being said, the sump pump, we have a sump pump in place at this time. It's working good, but we know that time is of the essence to get a second, replacement pumps, plural, in there. Everything is cleaned back up. Steve, I haven't updated you. The painting tomorrow is going to take place tomorrow, so
Okay.
all signs of damage will be gone, hopefully by close business tomorrow.
Hey, Doug,
Yes, sir.
I guess I'm not understanding, we've never had this before.
It's
Now, this is new to the-
it's a new building.
Rebuilding the facility.
Mhm.
It's a main building, right?
Yes, but there's another building
There's
now.
an extension of approximately, 20 by 100 foot.
Isn't there, was there something wrong with our architecture of the building that is allowing this, or?
Well, didn't take into account, it sounds like, how much groundwater we have, and we've had a dry couple months, to tell you the truth.
Right. And I shot a short video. It's coming in about 30, at that point, about 30, 40 gallons of milk.
Where's it coming in at?
Coming right in because they have it piped out, going out to discharge. But
So
what
it's
they
coming into discharge?
It's not coming into discharge, but the way that they footed it, put footers all the way around it, it went to a common thing. It went to a common channel that comes in. They didn't take into account the amount of groundwater that was.
Is there gotta be a hole or somewhere where it's seeping through the cement or what?
No,
No.
it's just the footing drains, it's picking up the water, putting it in the pit, and then the sump pumps pump it back up and out.
But
Well,
they,
they were
It couldn't keep
overcome, they burn up, and
So
then
it
the
just
water
The
just
sump pump was.
came up. Now, I put in your packet kind of what Doug has talked about here. We got a quote from Best. I'm probably gonna go that way because it goes into the alarm system that the guys already have at the plant. Doug would get called, then Ken Day would get called, then Brian would get called. So somebody would know that something was going on. Versus this other quote from the plumber where Wi-Fi is involved and everything. We're still gonna investigate some more things, but.
we're still gonna go with the plumber as far as installing new sump pumps.
Yes.
The alarm system, that's the wild card.
How quick can you get the new ones installed?
We can probably have it installed in 2 weeks.
But it's a new one in there now. The guys that
But
put it
shouldn't
in.
we get that installed so we don't burn?
I
this
wanna
one?
check more into the
Right.
warranty. I mean, the plumber realizes how much water is coming in there. And the one pump is a 3-year warranty and the other one's a 5-year. I can't believe they're willing to do that with that much water. I wanna verify that,
But the ones that burn out,
yes,
I mean, here you got a sub pump, you got water, now the pump's gotta work, pumping water up.
yeah.
Constantly.
It shouldn't be going out. I mean, that's what it's there for, isn't it?
But not,
The
when you
frequency-
realize how
the
many gallons that
frequency
thing
is-
is.
40 gallons a minute.
Yeah, that's a lot, yeah. So it's running all the time, basically.
Basically,
It'd
it's
be like
running
it'd be
all the time. The water that is pumped out from that pump pit.
So
is
we
more
can't
than-
get nothing from warranties from those burnt out
That's what
ones?
they're finding out.
Were those new?
They were
Well, they
brand
were-
new.
Yeah.
They were brand new within the last year.
Don't you think there's a chance they give us something back on them?
But what they're gonna come back, and I'm just speaking from experience.
Yeah,
Is why did we not spec pumps that are gonna be running constantly? This, in my estimation, goes right back to the engineer design firm,
Designing.
that they did not take into account the amount of
this is
groundwater.
road.
Yes.
I'm just gonna say,
Yeah.
in my past, we would go looking at that, why didn't you not at least, have some idea that this may be an issue?
That's true,
Well,
continuous duty
now,
versus part.
Yes, sir.
Would we,
Yeah.
have recourse on that?
I couldn't tell you, but sir, I'm not,
No, I don't.
No.
You've already
We
done.
already
your agreement
did the
with
sign
Ron.
off a
Yeah.
couple
Yeah,
weeks,
sure
like a
did.
month ago.
Now they're.
Just-
Yeah,
And-
it's
and-
hold harmless now.
Yeah.
Right.
Hold
Yeah.
harmless.
it's cold harness.
So what's the new pumps cost?
Installed, everything was $2,200.
Yeah.
And how many do we wanna do?
Two. You wanna have a backup,
I mean,
But-
it's not real bad.
but here's what our recommendation is to preclude this from happening again, because right now, that repair, not including the pumps, we're at about $20,000. Because, between the motor control center, the labor killed us because it was the
Holiday weekend,
holiday week,
Of course.
week.
is that look at the possibility of replacing both sump pumps every 6 months. We would be $2,200
That's what I wanna verify with this plumber.
Right.
He's telling me a warranty for 3 years and 5 years, and he sees how much water's coming in there. He's gotta
They saw
know
it.
how much that's gonna be
Right.
running. I just want it,
Right, okay,
Clear.
yes, I understand,
I wanna be clear in my mind that, okay, you're buying into this, and if it goes out, it's 1 year, cause it.
Because sure, they can cover the cost of the repair, but of the replacement of the pump, but they're not gonna pay for the cost of the equipment destroyed.
Do we have any
Another-
insurance for that?
You know, I don't know.
You know, really, there should be some recourse if they designed it. And now we found
But we
that
already
it's
signed
in
off.
default.
Yeah.
Right.
Doug, I mean,
But I think
wanna
you
try to
should
help
talk to Doug
Oh, I
about it.
understand, but as Steve said, last December of what, 21, Steve, is when we signed up, or
Yeah.
February?
It just happened.
I still
Yeah.
think we should confront them. I
Yeah.
think we should confront them,
We're having a meeting.
and we should seek an excellent amount of remuneration.
Okay, sir, and I agree with you. As luck would have it, this coming Friday on the 27th, smarter minds than myself are gonna be in town. Blair Sellover and Kath Wynn for the client meeting. Steve, maybe we should bring it up then, because they would have more experience to tell us if we have a recourse or not.
Don't say you're not smart, because I think you guys are. You're smarter than me on it. And the thing is, that I really look up to you guys, and I just
Well,
wanna,
appreciate it.
I wanna give you a hand.
Thank
And the
you.
thing is,
Right.
I appreciate your diligence.
Well,
But Marv, in all fairness, him being smarter than you.
Well, he's smart tonight, given it's his birthday.
It's his birthday
Wish
today.
him a
Yeah,
happy
cut him some
birthday
slack.
again. Wish him a happy
Rough
birthday,
crowd.
please.
Yeah.
Hey, he
Okay,
trained
yeah.
me to be an alder boy, I want you to.
this is to be continued, Marv. We're not gonna let it.
Yeah.
We're still
we are
gonna check
going
on
to-
something, I just wanted to be, let everybody know, I mentioned it before, so everybody sees prices, and I know it's within my parameters.
I think you gotta move on it.
Odds are we're gonna go that way, but I just want
Yeah.
everybody to be made aware of what's going on.
And I think you're right, see what the guy says about, you know, we may not wanna do this 6-month deal. But again, it depends what
Yeah,
you're putting in
oh,
there, but you
Right,
got,
okay.
we need to get moving, we don't want anything else
Right.
burning
No, I
up.
don't need any more.
But
Because that'd be a future cost.
Yeah.
I mean, totally, the year in, the year out.
And then
So,
talk
I
to
think
Roe and
that's
see
where
what other
our
possible-
recourse would make,
Yeah.
right.
come in.
Well, I agree.
With the attorney.
At the same time, my concern is if they fail again, we check it daily. Okay, so, but this happened within about an 18-hour time period when I walked down there Tuesday morning, it was dry, and 11:20 on Wednesday morning after a company-wide call, I walked down there, there's 18 inches of rain. And it just, we were lucky that they had a mule a transformer that was available. Motor Control Center, we're still waiting on, so.
Yeah. Well, so then, they made a mistake in their design. Are they that good that they can
I'll
do
make
that
some
all the
phone
time?
calls and we'll see what, and then
Yeah.
along
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
meeting we're gonna have with the higher ups from F&B, and we'll get a game plan going, and
Yep,
I just want everybody to,
But we need to get those,
oh,
pumps.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
ASAP.
right, and
there's
there
a new one in there now.
If you need to
There's
make a
a-
motion on that, I'll support it.
because this is a local Aaron Swift Plumbing, in fact, the name of the company, they said they're readily available. There's Zeller, which I've been in this industry for about 46 years. They're moderately priced, but they're very effective pumps. So I have confidence in what they're quoting me. Last item that we have is, since just before Thanksgiving, we've been experiencing problems with our incoming flow meter. We've been having flows jumping all over the place, some days showing that the village pumps 1.5 million gallons in there, when normally it's about 70,000 gallons a day. I got with DF Best, who's our electrical contractor. After we had UIS come in, they determined there's a problem in the building. It's just the sulfides and everything in the air corroded the connections in there. They're gonna come in and install a new junction box and everything sealed up nice and tight. As far as the computer system, everything, UIS is good. It's just that little problem. So that, I had hoped it was gonna be this past week. Our contractors, DFS is in Florida for a company wedding, so we're looking the first week of February. I've made Steve aware of that, and they're gonna be out making other repairs that the council has approved and funded, so hopefully that'll be it. That's all I have for this evening, folks, and, thank you for your questions. I hope I can answer them.
Thank you very much.
Oh, I
Hey, thank
think you
you.
will, I think you will.
Thanks.
I know.
Thanks,
Good evening,
Doug.
folks.
We'll be talking.
Oh, yes, no sooner. If I don't see you before, you all have a happy Valentine's Day. And treat your significant others well.
You too, back at you.
What did I just say?
Good night, folks.
Have a good one, safe one, Doug.
You do the same, sir.
Poor Ross's Valentine's is tight in the parking lot.
Probably if we wash and dishes
Make your babies in the parking lot.
All right,
right.
I'm gonna go next. So a change that I've made here, something I've wanted to do for a while, is to put the water commissioner items into the larger water report. You may or may not know, there's a page or two in there that talks waterworks, specifically in addition to the balance of it being wastewater. But there's a water section. So I'm just going to run through a couple, not all, but a couple of the items. You recall we were having problems with the arsenic detention sump. We put a little bit of effort into that to try to determine why it was not draining down as it should. Trust me, you haven't lived until you've been down there when you've been trying to push a bunch of water into that thing and it's already backed up and now water's blowing out of the manhole covers and stuff. It's quite interesting. Anyway, we had McIntyre's out, we reset the system a couple weeks ago, and so this last night at midnight we flushed 2 vessels, and then at 3 o'clock in the morning we flushed 2 more vessels. This is part of a routine back flushing. So we pushed 23,000 gallons total through the system. That's more than enough to really fill up that arsenic sump. We checked it at 7 o'clock this morning and everything had drained down. So long story short, problem there is now fully solved. We did have, Doug was talking about flow meters, we did have UIS SCADA out to perform a yearly calibration of our flow meters, so that's been done. Well 6 has been awaiting its automated louver system for air exchange. The materials are now in, so Doug was mentioning DFS, that's the contractor on the job. I expect them to be in sometime next week. Maybe even late this week to complete installation. So that'll get done. As Doug mentioned, Steve and I are kind of working to prepare for the 27 January, that's this Friday, contract review with F&B. I've got some issues to talk to them about on water. Steve may have some issues to talk to them about wastewater, just about how the contract is being performed. And then I have developed with the DPW a list of routine and regular preventative maintenance activities for the water treatment plant, the water tower, the well houses. That'll go into effect in February, where they're exercising valves, checking to make sure the alarm system works. They're changing filters, they're doing all of the routine maintenance things that you would think that they would normally do. We haven't really been doing that in the past on a regular basis, and so this standardizes it, and they'll do it according to a schedule now. And then last I've got is it's a non-water item, but there is a ZBA working meeting this Thursday. It's one of the 2 working meetings that council approved a little while back, so we could look at Article 24 of the zoning ordinance and propose updates. So that'll be this Thursday, and the agenda's posted. That's all I have.
Thank you.
It was Wednesday?
What's that? The meeting?
Meeting Wednesday or Thursday?
Thursday.
Okay.
Very good, thank you. Anyone else? Chris, Mr. Ballard, or anything?
Nope.
Very good, thank you. The next is the consent agenda. What's council's wishes, please?
Mr. President, I'll move the consent agenda be accepted as presented.
Second.
Bye.
I'm giving it to
Go on.
Dave for his
It's his
birthday.
birthday. Yeah. Cheap birthday present.
Really, that's the best.
No ribbon
Best we
on
could
it.
do.
No ribbon on it, David.
Trying to spend it in budget. Yeah.
Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Old business, negotiating committee update. This is not being recommended by the chair. This is not being prompted by the chair. We have
Oh, I see where you're going.
contracts. They expire next year.
But we
That's
have, but we
not-
have,
that wasn't
but we
what
have
were
one
talking
new, we have one new
I think,
associate.
No, this is the negotiation
the
committee.
negotiation, with two, with the
The
police
chief
chief
and Kurt.
Yeah, and Kurt.
and,
Kurt.
Lyle and I talked, and the police chief is supposed to get back to you, hasn't he?
Yes, he hasn't yet.
Yeah, he hasn't got back to us on anything, as
Um.
far as a change in his contract.
So you're on the committee.
I am the third on the committee
Yeah.
to deal with, to get Kurt's written up.
I was gonna say Kurt's, I
And
have one
present it to
prepared
him.
for Kurt, it's just you guys need to go through it with him and
Okay.
that's what's in that paperwork.
Yeah, we think we know what we wanna do with Kurt, but we also gotta, talk to Kurt.
Yeah, so you struck my comment.
Yep. Yeah, that wasn't that. Okay,
All right,
okay.
so that will be done. New business, accept a bid on the generator.
We only got one.
Mr. Clark, is that yours?
No, it's mine actually, but, I mean, we advertised some DPW items for sale on the website. We got one bid in for the generator. We haven't gotten any bids on anything else. But we only got one bid and we received it like 3 weeks ago, so.
Mr. President, I'll resolve to accept the bid from Larry's Service for the Onan generator and trailer in the amount of $2,500.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any further discussion?
It's not related to the generator, but all of the other items, there's some water items that have been sitting around forever. If the council doesn't have an issue with it, I'm just gonna scrap some of that stuff.
They've been advertised, they've been on the website,
Follow the
you know.
process.
Sell them for scrap metal or something. If that's all been done, there's nothing more you
Right.
can do.
They've been out there a couple times and.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you.
So, we have a motion?
Yep.
Yes.
And a second.
Call for roll, please.
We don't need a roll.
We're not spending
We're not
money.
spending,
We're
we're
getting
accepting.
money.
Wow,
For
we're
a
second.
change.
Yeah,
All right, let's do that.
All in favor?
Call for the roll. All in favor?
Aye.
there you go.
Motion carried.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I thought it was getting bad talking.
Strangely enough, that's what Dave wants for his, election decoration.
Don't even go there.
Up and coming agenda items. Council have any?
I think I've got, some kind of representative, maybe the next meeting, maybe the meeting after that.
The next meeting is CDBG. If we could maybe not have them the same night as CDBG.
Okay, yeah, I will push them.
So second meeting in February.
Reason I have them coming out is because I would like to become a member of this organization. I think I mentioned last time, Romeo's a member, Richmond's a member, Memphis is a member, there's probably other.
What are you talking about?
Municipalities. SEMCOG is the Southeast Council, Southeast Michigan Council of Governments.
We've always belonged to that, haven't we?
Not completely. We
MFL.
only did for like the sewer streets or something at one point in time. I don't think we belong to them right now.
What's the cost?
$852 a year.
Oh, that's too much money.
To do what?
It's a standard price. Well, one of the things that they offer up is quite a bit of support with local transportation, to include parking. So
There you go.
you may get your, talk to some planners about parking through that and negate the $10,000 parking study. I don't know. So I think it would be worthwhile. Anyway, I'm gonna ask them to come out during presentation and give a 10-minute spiel about what they do.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Next meeting is CDBG.
Yep.
We're spending money all the time. We don't have it.
Happens.
We don't have it, Ross. Didn't even go to lunch,
I'll donate the first million back to the village.
I will take it.
I know you will.
That's on camera, you better stop.
I don't play the lottery, so I'm pretty safe.
Should be nice instead of one person winning all that.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it. Okay.
I would if I wanted.
Citizen comments, floor is open once more. Council comments? Do any events? No
Well, the
closed session?
icebreakers is coming, what's the date of that?
February 10th,
February
4
10th,
PM to 9 PM.
4 to 9.
They've got ice carvers, they've got ice pinewood derby, they'll have a blacksmith, a glass blower, they'll have a performer, and weather permitting, they will have a snowman contest.
Are they going to put out anything with all those events on it? Any brochures or anything?
That stuff is already around town.
Is
right
it? Okay, awesome.
And it closes the downtown, so nobody can park down there, so.
Yeah. Cause a parking issue.
You know, it's parking the parking garages.
That's right. That's over at your house, right, Marty?
Yeah, yeah.
That's on a Saturday, right?
Friday night.
Friday night.
Friday, February 10th, from 4 to 9.
On a Friday, not a Saturday.
I like to meet all the
They get
people.
home from a cruise on that day.
No, we feel
But I'm
bad
not
for
gonna miss a meeting.
you. We feel bad for you.
There's no closed session tonight. I'm going to entertain a motion for adjournment.
The time is 7:28. I move to adjourn.
Sport.
By Mr. Belton. You beat David on his birthday.
Yep.
Oh, do you want it? You
The
can-
only,
No, that's good.
the
You can
only,
have that
the
one.
only discussion we'll have.
I apologize.
I'm not just meeting over.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, motion carried.